Sports Network 1051 and 1080. The Fan.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, happy Friday afternoon, all you beautiful radio listeners. I hope you're having a better start to your afternoon than the Philadelphia everybody had yesterday. They left the MLB network on in the studio after the firm, and I'm sitting here watching Kerkering airmail a ball to home plate that would have been the third out, so you could have thrown it to any bag, and it absolutely gets airmailed. These little moments in Major League Baseball make such a difference, and when you have an opportunity to go to the bullpen, if you get the right guy, if all of the availability lines up where you can put a guy in the right spot, it makes all the difference. And today, they had the early hook for Jason Swigart, so he's not here. And so we have to go to the bullpen for this show, and there's nobody I'd rather do it with than you, Jordan Schultz.
Hey, buddy.
What is going on with you today, my man? How you feeling?
You know, usually I say Happy Friday, but I'm gonna greet you with a gripping Friday, brother.
Gripping.
I walked out of my house going Mariners. I am ready to go, but I am also scared S-less.
Have you become internet famous yet with your video? We tried to post it everywhere. Have you gotten calls from people to have you on their shows to talk baseball yet?
Not yet. No, nobody. You know what? It's just, honestly, it's just a joy to me to be fodder for entertainment on this station, for you guys, for the firm, for primetime, for Dirt and Sprague in the morning. Like, it was honestly such a compliment to hear you guys all laughing at me yesterday. So I was happy to give you some entertainment. I'm happy to give our listeners some entertainment. And yeah, welcome to Schultze. Welcome to my world. That is me.
Hey, man, you and I talked about it yesterday. I was very happy to have you fill in for me, and I caught it live. But you know what? I mean, that's the best thing you could do is be absolutely genuine. The funniest thing about it wasn't necessarily your reaction. It was the timing. You're stepping on Dave Niehaus.
Well, and
whole thing.
You want to know something funny? Is it didn't almost line up like that because
of course not, yeah.
Rust said,
Yep.
"Hey, we've actually got this clip. We're gonna play it later." And I was like, "No, Rusty. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's play that right now."
It was
like the idiot that I am.
It was too good, and I'm listening and watching the baseball game. So if anybody missed it, go to @FanHappyHour on X, and we have the clip of Mr. Schultz filling in for me on Wednesday afternoon when he was watching the Mariners game and trying to relive a little bit of Mariners history. Let's start things off by trying to relive a little bit of yesterday afternoon, evening. Mariners off, and they will play tonight. We'll get plenty of time to talk about that today. But, man, not a great day for Philadelphia yesterday. They lose their season on a very rare walk-off error, a little dribbler back to the mound that bounces off the glove of Orion Kerkering, and he just goes into full panic mode, airmails a ball to home plate.
Freaking wow.
And it is just the most devastating way to lose. So the Dodgers advance, so the Dodgers await the winner of the game between the Cubs and the Brewers. That will be tomorrow on Major League Baseball. So the Cubs get a shutout over the Brewers, and now the team with the best record in baseball will host their division rival for a chance for the NLCS on the line. And that series is fantastic. It's great. You had Thursday Night Football last night. I think everybody fully expecting the Eagles to get back to form and just roll over the Giants.
Woof.
Not even close. Kind of a coming out party for one Cam Scattaboo.
Well, and Jackson Dart looks, I don't know, competent in the NFL.
Well, Jackson Dart's got 2 wins right now.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a loss to the Saints and some turnover trouble. Scattaboo was part of that as well. But Cam Scattaboo was a revelation last year in college football. A lot of people didn't know his name, but Kenny Dillingham takes the reins of that offense and puts Mr. Scattaboo in as many opportunities as he possibly can. Did you happen to get that Scadaboo sound that I threw your direction?
You know what? Give me like 2 minutes.
No problem, because we will definitely need to hear from one Ryan Clark on what he thinks of Cam Scadaboo. But if you missed it, 3 touchdowns. You had 98 yards on the ground on 16 carries. You had 2 receptions for 12 yards, so 110 all-purpose yards. 34-17 Giants over Eagles. This is a team that started with Russell Wilson, went to Jackson Dart, who seems to be in concussion protocol every game, which is probably not the way to start your NFL career. There may be potential fines out there for both Brian Daboll and Cam Scadaboo, who checked on Jackson Dart while he was in the big blue tent. Jackson Dart at one point high-fived a referee.
You can't do that.
It was a wild game, but more importantly, you had the results that were just I think shocking. But this, for me, it's the Giants have a young, brash quarterback. They've got a guy in Cam Scadaboo who's tearing his shirt off and chest bumping with Ryan Fitzpatrick in the post game. I mean, these Thursday night games, I've said it all year, and I will continue to say it for as long as they keep doing Thursday. The games are always weird. Doesn't mean they're always entertaining, but last night was very entertaining. I think there's plenty of people that are perfectly happy to see a team that is going to run the tush push 4 plays in a row that they can lose, and that is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah,
so,
do we need to make the tush push illegal? I think maybe there's some kryptonite here.
Well, there's plenty of things that are make the Philadelphia Eagles unlikable. The tush push is among them. The thing is, nobody else is really using it. If you actually start calling offsides on it, if you actually start making it a play that, doesn't get all the benefits of the doubt, I think we'd be probably sitting in a much better position. It's funny because you had the all of the moments in that game felt like it was the Giants dragging the Eagles across the goal line, not the other way around. Are we close on that sound?
Yep, almost. Give me like 10 more seconds. 10
more seconds. So I want to set this up for you. This morning, obviously, this is one of the biggest stories. So I believe this is from First Take. You've got Ryan Clark on there, and he is, just like the rest of America, caught up in Cam Scadaboo fever. And he decided to tell a little story. I'll let you go ahead and cue it up there, Mr. Schultze.
I watched Cam Scadaboo in college at Arizona State in first person. I watched him play quarterback. I watched him play running back. Yeah. I watched him punt the football. And wasn't nobody else out there for Kenny Dillingham's offense. This dude is made to win. And he's also a kind, giving human. After the game, I would hang out, talk to his parents. He would come out, and his mom would give him a plastic bag of candy. He would take that plastic bag of candy, and while he ate that plastic bag of candy, he would not take a shower before he came out. He would stick it in his pants. And I appreciated him. He pulled him out his pants and he goes, RC, do you want a candy? Hell no. What makes you think I'd eat your crotch candy?
What are you talking about, Ryan Clark?
I didn't have to bleep that part, right?
No. Well, I was on TV, so I think we're safe.
I think we're okay. Well, it's Amazon Prime, right?
No, that was this morning on ESPN.
Thank you. Okay.
So you're safe there.
Woo!
Ryan Clark is struggling this year. And why on earth would you tell that story?
Yeah. What is that benefit? Is it just like I know this person and I know these people and I'm going to tell you?
I've got a funny story. I think that it needs to be told. Probably not the platform for it, my friend.
Off air?
Wild game. Fantastic time. But all it feels like is every morning when I look at my headlines, Ryan Clark says another dumb thing. So, all right. With that, I think we need to move on to In Case You Missed It. All right. In case you missed it, the New York Giants, led by rookie quarterback Jackson Dart and running back Cam Scadaboo, upset the struggling Philadelphia Eagles 34-17, who now face internal drama over reported players-only meetings and complaints about their offense. Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson called for the offense to be less predictable. I don't know, Lane. I don't think a lot of people picked you losing by 17 to the Giants. Feels pretty... Do you have that on your sheet, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't. Russell Wilson briefly relieved Jackson Dart and was booed by the home crowd after spiking the ball on second down. Am I the only one that is surprised that Russell Wilson has not been traded to the Browns yet? I just feel like he's the perfect guy to help Dylan Gabriel reach the ultimate goal of any Browns quarterback, and that is to fail and move on. No.
I think even Russell Wilson is too good for Cleveland, sir. That's my take.
Your Ducks quarterback is starting in Cleveland.
I feel bad for him right now. I feel
well,
like
that's what I'm saying. So you bring in Russell, and he mentors him and goes, "Here, this is how you get kicked off a team, so he can go play for a real NFL franchise."
The Browns aren't smart enough, man. They're just not.
Well, I think that's a fair assessment of it. In case you missed it, 10-time All-Star. This joke is terrible, by the way. I just need to tell you that.
Okay.
It's not going to offend anybody. It's just a really lame joke, but it made me laugh, so I'm doing it anyway. 10-time All-Star and 2008 NBA Finals MVP. Paul Pierce was arrested on suspicion of DUI after being found asleep behind the wheel on a Los Angeles highway. Pierce shared a photo online claiming he was stuck in a standstill traffic jam for 45 minutes and fell asleep because he's old and tired. I don't know, Jordan. Do you think he's telling the truth?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad I put the groan in early there. Sorry. Paul, get an Uber, bro. You are a multi-millionaire. You are not a regular Joe. Just leave the car. I know that you don't want to spend all your cash, but you can afford a tow truck home, like from the place that you were at. Like, you don't even have to leave.
He wasn't in the accident. It was just a traffic jam. He's stuck. He pulls over, falls asleep.
I don't care. Get an Uber. Walk away. Anything else.
Kevin Durant praised former teammate and Russell Westbrook, currently an unsigned free agent, as a legend who deserves to finish his NBA career on his own terms, and expressed interest in having Westbrook as a potential teammate in Houston. Smart move. Always good to have someone around that makes you look taller, more handsome, and better at basketball. Am I right? Westbrook burn.
Yeah. Another Russell Westbrook round in Houston. Like, really? Like, are we doing this again?
Listen, you're putting all your chips in the KD basket. Has he won anything without Steph Curry? Checking.
I don't believe so, sir.
Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones will not appeal the $250,000 fine levied by the NFL for an obscene gesture he made to fans during a win against the New York Jets. Jones claimed the Jets gesture, flashing middle fingers, was inadvertent, and he meant to give a thumbs up to Cowboys fans. So good news, the money will go to charity. Bad news, Cowboys owner not only had no idea which stadium he was in, but also doesn't know how to work his hands. So hopefully it's a dementia charity. No?
Anytime we can laugh at Jerry, I'm down. And I think I said this while you were gone on Wednesday. I don't believe he was trying to throw a thumb or whatever other finger up. He doesn't care. He would take a fine 17 out of 17 regular season games just to give someone the middle finger. It's freaking Jerry.
I honestly, I think I used this joke earlier this week. Kind of a compliment to Jets fans to get the bird from somebody. Is it not? Is it not? Like, it just feels like...
What's that old Jets joke? Like, I used to be into the girls, and then I used to be into the Jets. Or what? Yeah, no, it's reverse. I was into the Jets, then the girls, then the Jets. Because... girls only sometimes blank you. The Jets will always blank you. There it is.
There you go. All right, that's in case you missed it. We must move on to the Daily Buzz. We do it next. This is Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
How are you feeling, Mr. Schultz? Game 5, Seattle Mariners hosting Detroit Tigers. Winner moves on to the ALCS.
Nervous, baby. I'm
Nervous?
I'm excited, but nervous. It's
All right. Well, here, let me
trying to will it.
trying to will it.
I bought World Series tickets already. I'm hopeful.
I also have World Series tickets already. So
Hell yeah.
hey, listen, they went on sale today. You got yours last night on some preview.
You know what? The technical issues continued to plague it, so I had to wait until this morning. But my dad, my wife, myself, we're all going.
There you go.
It would be Game 4 in Seattle if they make it.
Wow. I might have Game 4 and Game 5 if
You have- Good
there
for
is
you.
a both. So yes, trying to will it into existence.
I wonder how
is,
Dusty's going to schedule that
is
day.
one way to do it. Well, I just had the engineer Josh walked in and I said, "Hey, handsome." And he goes, "Oh, thanks for the handsome." And I go, "No problem. I'm going to be asking you for a favor very soon." So if they were to go to the World Series, if they go to the ALCS,
Could we do a show up there? That'd be fun.
I've already
Yeah.
talked to the people that I need to. We do have an Odyssey office in Seattle, so I will be doing happy hour most likely live from Seattle. 'Cause
Oh,
I've
hell
got
yeah.
I've got CS and WS tickets as well. So let me try to get you some encouragement. I want to make you feel better about this. Your matchup, everybody has talked about it all week. On the other side is Tarek Skubal. He won the Cy Young last year. He's probably going to win it again this year. The Mariners have faced him 3 times. They have won all of those games, including Sunday in the postseason, where I was sitting up in my perch in the 300 section right at the front, and it was awesome. So not a unmanageable situation. Do you know what the Mariners' record is all time in Game 5 win and move on games?
Tell me, sir.
It is 2-0. They did this in 1995 against the Yankees. They did the same thing in 2001 against the Cleveland Indians at the time. They moved on to play the Yankees after the Indians when they lost, and they moved on to play the Indians after the Yankees. They both lost those. But at least you've got some magic. Home game. We have an opportunity to go out and do it. So not a lot of history, but there is something.
I'm excited.
Who is the breakout star seems to be the biggest question. Who's the guy that comes through that hasn't been delivering? Every time I listen to anything, every time I see anything, it's kind of a silly question, but I might have an answer for you. And it's not backed up by a hunch. It's not backed up by a feeling.
Okay.
This is data.
Hard stats.
Who leads the Mariners with the most hard hit balls in this series? 6 balls batted at more than 100 miles an hour in exit velocity.
I mean, you'd think Cal or Julio, but you said somebody that hasn't contributed yet. So, shoot, JP's hit a homer. Jorge's. I'm just going by process of elimination. It's literally, you're looking at like Victor Robles or like Randy Arozarena.
Randy.
Okay, there we go.
Nobody has hit the ball harder more often than Randy Arozarena. Playoff Randy we saw in 2022 with the Rays when they went on their run that was to the World Series. He was the best player on that team.
Yeah.
He was just out of this world. We have not seen that yet from Randy Arozarena. It does not mean he's not hitting the ball hard. 6 balls hit over 100 miles an hour exit velocity in this series. He just hasn't really turned it into magic yet. It hasn't had enough lift to get out of the ballpark. It hasn't found the gaps. It hasn't turned it into something. So Tarek Skubal, I believe, is still throwing with his left hand today. Randy Arozarena still hitting from the right side of the plate. If he can hit the ball hard, just a little insight for somebody that might have just a little bit of magic.
Damn right, baby.
All right.
I think Randy will hit a homer. I like your pick
all right.
today.
All right. Another thing that the Mariners have done that you might need to know about. They have put in what they're calling the Richter Riz. They have put in a seismometer into to T-Mobile Park.
Yes.
Of course, the Beastquake famously registered the run from Marshawn Lynch on the Richter scale. This one is the Richter Riz, which sounds like, something that itches or scratches when you get it.
You've got a Richter Riz?
Yeah, I'm afraid. The diagnosis isn't pretty. It's Richter Riz. I know you didn't want to hear that, but obviously named after
Stay away from him. He's got Richter Riz.
It turns all orange from the Cheeto dust. It's a whole thing.
And look, I can see that from 2 blocks away.
But obviously a fair amount of excitement. More than 47,000 people going to be there tonight.
Yeah.
Jumping, stomping, celebrating. Or hopefully not very sad there, but that one should be absolutely a riot. So I wish I could be there, and I almost made it work, but not quite. So
yeah, we got responsibilities.
yeah, well, yeah. It's I will trade this for future games that I can be up there. If they get to the CS, if they get to the World Series, I'm going to make that work.
Hell yes, sir.
So with that in mind, we move to
The Buzz.
your Seattle Seahawks are missing 3 defenders. We talked about this earlier. They were all out of practice on Thursday as well. So Devin Witherspoon out with that knee injury, Julian Love with the hamstring. Now outside linebacker Derek Hall is out with the oblique. The good news is DeMarcus Lawrence was a full participant yesterday and should be in uniform on Sunday when they travel to Jacksonville. Worth noting, the Seahawks under coach Mike McDonald, 9-1 in their 10 road games. The Seattle Seahawks, 21-6 in 1 o'clock road starts in the Eastern time zone in the last 10 years, better than any West Coast team in the NFL. Ooh. Things that scare you: Jacksonville Jaguars lead the league with 10 takeaways, +8 in turnover differential. That is first in the league, and they made a move adding cornerback Greg Newsome II with a trade with the Cleveland Browns. So that is one of the best defense taking the ball away. It is one of the fastest defenses in the NFL. They're absolutely flying around. But you've got Sam Darnold, and I don't know how you feel about Sam Darnold. He is leading the NFL in passer rating, 143.8.
Not surprising.
Completion percentage, 71.1.
Damn.
On balls thrown, 10 air yards or more. So you've got a defense that wants to take the ball away. You've got a quarterback that has been great down the field so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion, if Sam Darnold goes and torches the Jacksonville Jaguars, hurry up and trade him so you can get as much as you possibly can before he turns back into old Sam Darnold. That is my...
Turns back into a pumpkin.
Yeah, well, I'm still worried about this guy. He's looked really, really good, but he had a pumpkin moment against the team in orange last week where he bounced it off a helmet right into the hands of Levante David, just waiting for it. So I am not super optimistic, but I'm starting to believe in Sam Darnold.
The Buzz.
Ducks have Indiana. We talked about this quite a bit yesterday, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it because you came in for the NFL Pick'em with us yesterday. But
yeah.
Mr. Schultz, how are you feeling about the Ducks? They are clearly a team that has top 10 talent. They are a top recruiter now. They're starting to get that depth. They are undefeated in the Big Ten all-time regular season. But Kirk Cignetti and his Hoosiers are the hot team right now. You have any worries going into Autzen tomorrow?
I mean, a few small ones, but as far as Oregon's offense v. Indiana's offense, I don't think there's a comparison. Sure, there's some NFL talent at the wide receiver position for Indiana, but I would go with Oregon's guys over theirs any day of the week. The quarterback position, for me, is the only one that's kind of comparable right now because Mendoza's been really good.
Sure.
Looking at possible number 1 overall pick status depending on how Dante Moore plays. This is possibly a matchup of 2 of the nation's top quarterbacks. I think it's going to be interesting to see these offensive coordinators go at each other.
Are you calling for a Heisman moment?
I think that will be something that Dante Moore could set up this Saturday. Yes, sir.
The weather forecast says no rain at Autzen, so you're set there.
The Buzz.
Hey, who cares about hockey? Kraken get their first ever opening season victory 3-1 over the Ducks.
The Buzz.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be without their top 2 wide receivers on Sunday. They are playing against the San Francisco 49ers, who have injury problems of their own, but Mike Evans and Chris Godwin both going to be out, plus leading rusher Bucky Irving I say this not to worry you because guess who they still have on their roster?
Emeka Egbegboo.
So you're safe there. Don't
There we
worry.
go.
Don't worry, Tampa fans. Who was it again, Gronk?
Emeka Egbegboo.
Is going to be out there, so you're all set with that. I'm going to run
The
through
Buzz.
a quick injury list for you. Bengals, new quarterback Joe Flacco may not have top wide receiver Jamar Chase. He is questionable against Green Bay due to an illness. Interesting. Tua Tagovailoa is off the injury report. He has a hip and a thumb injury, but was a full participant in practice. He should play. Ravens quarterback
Does
Lamar
it matter?
Jackson.
For the Dolphins,
I'm
it
just
doesn't.
you may not want him in there, but it's something of note. Lamar Jackson hamstring still not practicing and does not expect to practice today, so you'll probably be without him. Does that one matter to you?
A little bit more.
I
yes,
talk
sir.
about one win team and you don't care. I talk about another 1-win team and you do care.
I mean, how long until John Harbaugh is starting to face the same questions that
Yeah.
McDaniel is?
Panthers playing the Cowboys this weekend. No Chuba Hubbard with a calf injury. He has been ruled out. It looks like Kyler Murray might not, but he has returned to practice. Today's practice will determine his availability for Sunday. The Jets are going to be without Alan Lazard. They're playing in London, trying to get off the snide 0-5. And you'll see for the first time for the Saints, Chase Young will be out there. So just some injury reports for this Sunday. If you've got fantasy, if you've got a pick'em, if you haven't played the pick'em, you only missed one game. Most people probably picked the Eagles. Go on to X, find at Fan Happy Hour, and join our little pick'em. See if you're smarter than me and Jordan. But with that, we will walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
This update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. Did you know that the Portland Trailblazers have another preseason game going on tonight there?
Yeah, I did. I almost put it in the report, but if they do what they did in Wednesday's game, I will probably ignore it on Monday as well.
Well, it is actually a home game, so if you want to do something tonight, you're sitting around here in Portland, you don't want to watch football, you don't want to watch the Mariners, grab a ticket. You can watch Damian Lillard sit on the bench again. Thank goodness he's back. You can go see him for your Blazers.
That's the only draw that you can figure out there. Tumani Kamara, little Shaden Sharp. You want to get some Scoot Henderson sitting on the bench next to Damian Lillard?
You know,
Good
I
times,
I
good
don't know
times.
how good this team's going to be this year. Here's the one thing that will let me take it seriously. If Jeremy Grant is not on the starting lineup, I will take it seriously if we're starting at Abdia at small forward and we've got like a twin tower attack of like Young Hansen and Klingon or something.
You know what you're getting?
What?
Blazers championship this year.
Okay, Blazers
Right there.
Twitter fan.
Right there. Yeah. Oh, I don't think they can lose.
You sound just like a diehard Blazers fan, man. I love it. More sports scores and stories. That's a 7 o'clock tip, by the way, tonight against the Kings at Moda. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes.
60.
60 minutes, actually. Yeah, thank you. That'll be me here in an hour. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon
gentlemen, welcome into another Fan Club Friday. Once upon a time, I did some stand-up comedy. I also produced and hosted some shows. I did an open mic at a place called the Bunkhouse Saloon in downtown Las Vegas. That building has since burnt down. But one of the comics I put up is still doing it, and that is Diaz Mackey. Diaz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you on the phone.
Yeah, well, I guess we're having some technical difficulties with the YouTube. So as long as you can hear me and I can hear you, we can have the conversation. You grew up in Michigan. You are not only a Tigers fan, you are a Lions fan, you are a Michigan fan. This is
a Michigan fan, a Pistons fan, a Red Wing fan.
Well, Pistons and Red Wings, I don't know what their schedules are like this weekend, but you've got the Chiefs, you've got the Trojans, and you've got the Seattle Mariners all this weekend. So this is a pretty big sports weekend for you. So I figured we get somebody on the other side. We've been talking a lot of Mariners today. How are you feeling about your Tigers matching up with my Mariners?
Well, whenever you got a Screwball on the mound, you always got to feel good about that. I mean, future Cy Young winner.
Yeah. Well, what's his record against the Mariners this year?
His is 3-2.
Not against the Mariners this year. All time, yes. He beat us twice last year.
All time. But yeah, this year he's not doing too well. But actually, I take that back because, to be honest, his last outing, he went 7 innings.
Yes,
he only gave up 5 hits.
No, I was at the game, and he is exceptional. There is no question about that.
We're just not alive.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an absolute tough one. But you, as a fan of this, I mean, this team, like the ups and downs that you had to go through this year. They were the best team in baseball. Then they had a collapse that almost knocked them out of the playoffs. What would it mean to get to the ALCS if they are able to rebound from a terrible September and get back into it?
Oh, for us to rebound and make it to the ALCS is everything.
Yeah.
Because pre-All-Star break, it was World Series or bust.
For sure.
Last year was kind of last year's playoff run. We got hot at the right time, and so it seemed disappointing to go out in that first round. So this year to go out in the first round again, that would be extremely disappointing, especially with Screwball again on the mound. Our bats, we just got to help them out. Riley Green and Torkelson and Dingler. And hopefully McKinstry and Baez, they get in it too. But, man, those bats, they need to come alive.
Well, fandom's always a weird thing to me, too, because you went through the list of teams that you root for. The Red Wings have been great at times. The Bad Boy Pistons are all-time. The Tigers have a 1984 World Series. But if I could trade you the success of all of your teams and you could put it all into one basket, so basically take all of the fandom, and we gave it to the Tigers. Have a great run last year. They get an early exit from the playoffs. The Lions look like a Super Bowl favorite, chance to make it to their first Super Bowl, but fall short last year. If you could put all your fandom into one basket and it guaranteed you a trip to a championship, which team would you take?
A trip to the championship, or
I'm not going to give you the championship. I'm just going to give you a trip too. So I'm trying to trade you a Tigers loss today for a Lions visit to the Super Bowl. Would you take it?
I think the Lions are going regardless. So I don't know about that trade. I think we're pretty good this year. People forget last year that half our defense was out during the playoffs. The entire season.
Well, you were also missing key pieces on offense too, man. That whole team was beat up. It was the problem was I think Dan Campbell had everybody biting each other's kneecaps instead of the opposing teams.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely something going on the energy bug, but we were picking up people off of the streets. It was crazy last year.
Yeah, it's definitely a wild one. You've got some homegrown talent there with. The new addition, Isaac Tesla, is a Detroit kid. You've got...
Well, he's out of Grand Rapids or Howell.
Okay.
So that's like about, 2 hours, 3 hours from Detroit. But, yeah, it's close enough. Michigan.
it counts. Is Michigan all in one basket? Like if you're a Michigan kid, it's all the teams? Is that pretty common?
No, you get some Michiganders that get really flaky. Like, I think Jamila Hill, she's a 49ers fan.
What?
Yeah, that pisses me off. You get some. I mean, growing up, being a Detroiter, you always did kind of like two teams.
Yeah.
You always had your Detroit team, and then you're actually a good team.
There you go. We did the same thing as Seattle fans growing up. It was the Seahawks were your favorite team until the playoffs showed up, and then you pick somebody that actually qualified for it. Same thing with the Mariners.
I was always a Tigers Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
Growing up, a Pistons Lakers fan, except for when we played each other, then it was Detroit over everything.
Sure. Well, and you have a resume that includes a University of Michigan on there. So you went to University of Michigan?
I took a class there just to say so I could say that I went. I took an educational sociology class, which was basically focusing on the studies of what causes education and what's caused by education. It was such a athletic class to get an easy grade.
You took just one class just so you could say you went there?
Yeah, that was late in life.
Oh, it wasn't even when you were in like your school age. You just did it later. You're like, I'd like to have UM on my resume, so you just threw it on.
Yeah. Because as a kid, growing up, I wanted to play sports. I wanted to play ball at the University of Michigan, whether it was football or basketball. And coming out of high school, I got scholarships for none of that stuff for Michigan, like Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Central of Ohio, Central State, Oral Roberts University for basketball and things like that. But nothing for University of Michigan. And back then, the transfer portal wasn't like it is today, where you could just leave.
Yeah.
So, I went the junior college route, the JUCO route, and I didn't finish JUCO. I dropped out.
Yeah. Well, it's still doing stand-up comedy. We're talking with Diaz Mackey. You've got shows in Pahrump this weekend. Next weekend, you're in Boulder City. You're at Club 828 in Vegas to start November. It's awesome to see that you're still doing it, man. It's been a very long time. I was counting back. I'm like, it's 20 years ago that you and I were just young kids down there telling jokes. So I'm glad that it's still going well.
It will be 20 years. It's crazy to have been doing that long with all the peaks and valleys. I have a comedy special on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
That's a couple years old now, and a separate comedy album on Apple Music called The Night in Durango, Colorado. And it's named that because it was literally a night in Durango, Colorado. But
very clever.
Yeah, and right. And we're working on the new special coming up here. So
fantastic. Well, check out Diaz Mackey Comedy. Best place to find you: Facebook and social media, or somewhere else?
Facebook, Instagram, everything is Diaz Mackey. That's DIAZMACKIE. Real name, no gimmicks.
Yeah.
Diaz Mackey.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you make some quick predictions. Who do you have? Lions, Chiefs this weekend.
Lions.
Who do you have? Michigan versus USC this weekend.
Go Blue, Michigan. I got. I say Michigan by 7. I'll take Detroit by 3.
Okay, and unfortunately, we ran out of time, so we'll assume that you would have taken the Mariners. So thank you again for joining us on the show, and we will catch up with you. If you're ever up here in Portland doing comedy, let me know, and hopefully we'll have you back on again, maybe if the Lions do something great.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and God bless.
All right, thank you. That was Diaz Mackey. Hey, get him off the airways. Cut his mic. All right, we've got to do one more for the road. We do it next. You're listening to Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and now Window Nation brings you The Window into the Fan on-demand YouTube video shorts with your favorite fan shows and hosts.